Hello folks, well. It is what it is. Talk to the church, let us talk to the individual to change his mind. That was the sermon and that was the gospel. Well, in mass or something like in mass. But I will tell you things about what is history and what would happen. I see videos. This is to Spenser, yeah, Harold Spenser. That when I see it about a video called Islam, what the West needs to know. You know, Japanese people that know English, especially random Yoko, please listen to what I'm gonna say. First of all, I just came to this conclusion about believing something. And there is one country that sooner or later they might do a bunch of contradictions. Contradictions of what would happen. These Christian Crusaders from back in the day, they were battling against the jihadists since day one. All they have to do is they never accept Islam. They cut off people's heads. Well, it is what it is. It's kind of twisted in all things. The Pope was in South Korea, telling a message of hope. You know, I hope this thing goes on. There were 2 beheadings with in ISIS. I bet there's Korean members in ISIS ready. Even Psy has joined ISIS to behead a Japanese person. Well, it is what it is. I'm not saying something, but it's written in history. Totally history. I'm not saying something about the Quran or anything. I know the Bible is the truth. It's the truth. To in my expectations of truth, seems that all these contradictions and stuff, since Benedict has told out of his word, of his mouth, something. And Spencer, you might know this. Thanks for the video. Thanks for brighting me the light. You know, the truth will set you free. And then how I saw this is very amazing. There are 35,000 Muslims in Korea. What it is about this, I think, if it's not just about Britain will help them join the 2 Koreas, who will? Islam. Saying they are the religion of peace. That's what they say. I just try to believe so. First of all, the thing of attacks, preparing it. These are done. There probably might be a bunch of Japanese soldiers being beheaded already. You know, more in contradictions about even though I'm watching a Dolphins game, so Ricky Williams shirt, American football, team here in Miami. But all these contradictions and all this thing is on all of these beheadings, even though there is a website there that you see how the people beheaded. Live by the sword, die by the sword. You know, most likely the tactics of the samurai, the kamikazes and stuff, most likely than the Japanese culture. When you failed, you die. You commit suicide. Then when you succeed, in the other words, in there, when you succeed, you die. And the unbeliever dies also. that means it is contradiction of how and when probably Russia has got this thing of communism from somewhere. It might have come from that religion. I might just believe so. This is more than a contradiction to how it is to say that Abiy will be next. Abiy will be next. And where is going to happen? In Korea. Why? It is a contradiction of whatever you believe in. It is spreading like crazy. I saw videos about how Islam is getting popular in Korea, and sooner or later Korea might probably end up being Muslimized. And how would it be? You know, Japan might be Christianized. I hope this would work, but Francis will have to say the same words in the only location where the hot seats of whatever it goes in Japan. It's called the Yasukuni Shrine. The Pope Francis saying the same words as Pope Benedict XVI at the Yasukuni Shrine in Japan would be a message of what the Japanese should know, and what the message of what Benedict XVI said in the Vatican, Pope Francis will say at the Yasukuni Shrine. Why the Yasukuni Shrine? Because it is the most criticized place in Japan by Koreans and Chinese. Once they say about Islam at the Yasukuni Shrine of what Benedict said in the Vatican, then it would be the same thing of how would one country unite and an I-man in Seoul have might just united to tell when Shinzo Abe resigns in office, the preparation and everything, and how and what Shinzo Abe might be first. You know, after that might go to the St. Patrick's Cathedral. I mean St. Mary's Cathedral in Tokyo. But after this, after the visit at the Yasukuni Shrine, the Yasukuni Shrine, Francis, Your Holiness, is the only place where you could predict about what the Koreans should know and what the Japanese should know about Islam, saying the same words what Pope Benedict had said at the Yasukuni Shrine, telling the Korean Muslims and Chinese Muslims about it. And this is growing out there, is outrageous, and it might just be that Korea will see a Muslim future. That future would be this. That future would be, even though what it is about the contradictions, I'm just trying to believe some things. I was trying to believe that the Lane Court Rock Islands belongs to Japan. He have to say that in the Yasukuni Shrine, the Lane Court Rocks, the sea about the Sea of Japan, and about Islam. Why? Because it is the contradictions of something. You know, once Korea become a Muslim nation, they will tell Shinzo Abe, when he resigns office, they will tell, come visit Korea. We're now a united and peaceful nation. And what other BS would say that even though I might write a book about the hermit kingdom united under Islam, it's just a book. It will say something about what would happen. They might just call the samurai sword the key they said that about Japanese destroying mosques in Korea, especially in the lane core rocks known Dokdo, and the key was stolen from the Japanese stolen the key and called it the samurai sword, and misinterpreted the stolen something invented by the Korean Muslims, or in other words the samurai sword, contradicts stuff like that. And that would be, you'll see Abe after he resigns in office right there in South Korea, Muslimized at a mosque. There's a mosque in Korea, but when there's more mosque growing, the main mosque is where you have the presentation. You have Abe ready to resign from office, and what they do, when they gonna do with the samurai sword? Cut off his head. They're gonna behead him. That's it, behead him. Because if one to visit the Yasukuni Shrine, the war between Japan and Korea, it is what it is. Sharia law would pass upon. The plan is to tear down the shrine that is sacred to them and build a mosque. And this is just plain and simple. This is how I'm gonna say in my book that I'm planning to write. I don't know if I'm writing a book doing it in English, Spanish, and Japanese. No, that's the translation would be. For each market has a language. I could tell you one thing. I could tell you the suspects, what Spenser should do. Spenser, please go out to Japan, advise the Japanese government, advise what Korea might do when they unite under Islam, and what would happen to Shinzo Abe. It's like saying Canada, for instance, if they become a Muslim nation, probably not hope to see that, but that they're saying, come to Canada, and they just come, show the president resigns from office, and beheads it, whichever president it is. I'm not gonna name presidents, but I think that's how Korea would do with the prime minister of Japan once he resigns office, and once Korea be under Islam. Yoko, please see the video is called Islam, What the West Needs to Know. That video will tell you why Korea is going to become a Muslim nation. Goodbye. Ganbara Japan. Well, just be careful what will happen over there. When Korea becomes a Muslim nation, Japanese folks, be careful. Bye.